Hi everyone, this is Bree subbing Shakira's level 1 class. There we go. Okay. Okay, cool. So if you're not already on your back, go ahead and start on your back. Have your feet stretched long. If you have your feet in butterfly, go ahead and bring them down. If it feels better on your lower back, pull your knees up. Breathe into the palm of the hands. Inhale into the nose, exhale into the nose. And then from here, extend your legs all the way down and your arms over your head, stretching your fingertips and your toes in opposite directions, giving a nice good morning stretch. And then on your exhale, pull your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around your knees, rocking side to side. From here, place your left foot on the mat with your knee bent and your right foot up into the air. Flexing your toes towards your face, interlacing your hands behind your thigh or calf. Stretching the back of the leg. Maybe find some buoyancy, bouncing it up and down, just awakening the hamstring. Breathing into the back of the leg. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the face. Releasing the jaw. Take an inhale here, and then on your exhale, cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Pulling your left thigh into your chest, and then interlacing your hands around your left shin. Start breathing into the right hip. Breathing into the tension, breathing into the places where you feel sensation. Couple more deep breaths here. On your next inhale, release your left leg, stretching it all the way down, and pull your right knee into your chest, pulling it up into your midpoint of your body, giving it a nice squeeze. And then on your exhale, release your leg down, lifting your left leg up. You can keep your right knee bent or straight, whatever feels better. And then interlacing your hands around your left thigh or calf. Flexing the toes towards the face, awakening the back of the leg. And then on your next inhale, crossing your left ankle over your right thigh, pulling your right thigh to your chest, interlacing your hands around your right shin. Breathing into the left hip. Notice how this hip may feel compared to your other hip. Maybe it has more tension. Maybe it's a little more flexible. Staying with your breath. On your next inhale, release the left leg all the way down, pulling the right leg, and then pulling the left knee into the chest, up and towards the midpoint of your body, giving it a nice hug. And then on your next inhale, pull both knees into the chest, wrap the arms around, and then bring your head, your nose up to your knees, stretching the back of the neck. On your next inhale, release your legs, stretching them all the way down to the mat, and then pull your arms underneath your shoulders, your palms facing down. Coming up onto your forearms, and then all the way up onto your sit bones. And then once you're on your sit bones, bring the bottoms of your feet together into butterfly. The farther you have them away from your body, the easier it will be. So finding a comfortable point and fluttering the knees, closing the eyes, feeling the stretch of the inner thighs. And then inhale your arms up overhead, and then exhale, folding forward. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. So shaking your head right to left, up and down, little slight movements. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to walk yourself back up to center. And once you're there, crossing the legs, bringing hands to heart space, bow the head down, and set your intention for yourself without any judgment. Setting an intention for your day, your week, whatever it may be. Something that you can focus on. Once you've set your intention, inhale your arms up overhead. Making sure your biceps are away from your ear, but your spine is long. Exhale, twist to your right, placing your left hand on your right knee, your right hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale to twist a little deeper, looking over your right shoulder. Feeling the twist of the spine. Inhale your arms back up overhead, back to center. Exhale, twist to your left. Bless me. Twisting to your left, placing your right hand on your left knee. Inhale, lengthening your spine. Exhale, twisting, looking over your left shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. Hands come overhead. Interlace the thumbs here. Pulling the biceps to the ear this time, making sure your tailbone is tucked so your core is engaged. Inhale here. Exhale, leaning to your right. Keeping the chest open. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to your left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to your right. Feeling the heat. The core wake up. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lean to your left. This time, placing your left hand down, stretching your right hand overhead, feeling the elongation on your right side, keeping the right sit bones grounded. And the stretch from your sit bones all the way to your fingertips. And on your next inhale, place your right hand in the back of your head, opening up your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise, opening the chest. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise. This time, releasing the back of your head, looking towards the front. Using your core to lift up your left hand. Inhale yourself back to center. Exhale, lean over to your right, releasing your right hand. Feeling the length, elongation in your left side. And on your next inhale, place your left hand on the back of your head, opening up the chest. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise, opening the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. This time releasing the back of the head, looking towards the front of the mat again. Your right hand will meet your left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, releasing the hands. Exhale, slight back bend. Inhale, back to center, straightening the spine. And then exhale, folding forward over the knees, coming into a tabletop position. Setting yourself up here, so making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, your fingers are spread wide, your knees are underneath your hips, keeping your toes tucked or untucked, whatever feels better on your knees. And then together we'll do a couple cat-cows. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, roll the shoulders down the back. And then exhale, round the spine, tucking the tailbone, puffing up to the back of the heart. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round. Inhale, neutral spine. And from here, we're going to lift up our right hand and extend our left leg behind us. Before picking up our left leg, engage your core, then lift up your left leg. Inhale here, becoming long from the back of the neck all the way down to your tailbone. Exhale, elbow to knee, bring it into your center point. Inhale, open up. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in. One more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, open. Placing the right hand down to the mat. Bending your left knee. Opening your hip. And taking a few hip circles in one direction. And then reversing the direction. Just awakening the glute here. And all the pelvic muscles. On your next inhale, come back to center. Straighten the leg out behind you one more time. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, round the spine. And then inhale, place the left knee down. Setting yourself up here. Straightening your right leg out behind you. Lifting your left arm. Inhale to lift. Exhale, bring it into the center point. Inhale to become long. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, become long. Exhale, bring it in. Inhale, become long. Exhale, bring it in really tight. Bring it all together. Inhale, open up, dropping the left hand, bending the right knee, opening the hip, taking hip circles in one direction. And then reversing the direction. Then on your next inhale, come back to a neutral point, extending the leg back out behind you. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, round. And inhale, placing the right knee down. Now from here, tucking the toes, lifting the hips, coming into your first down dog of the day. So keeping the knees really bent here, belly to thighs. Walking your feet out, one at a time. Then on your next inhale, slowly start to walk your feet up to your hands, bringing them hip width apart. Bending in the knees, belly to thighs, grabbing opposite elbows, swaying side to side. Keeping your weight in your heels. Shaking your head out, making sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. And on your inhale, release the elbows. Come into your halfway lift. Coming long in the spine. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, slowly start to roll yourself all the way up to standing. Shoulders being the last one to come up. And then once you're standing, inhale, pull the shoulders all the way up to the ears. Tighten the shoulders. And vocal exhale, roll them down the back. One more time. Inhale, pull them up to the ears. Exhale, roll them down. One more time, that feels so good. Inhale, pull them up to the shoulder, up to the ears. Exhale, roll them down the back. Very nice. Now from here, inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, come into a halfway lift. Exhale, folding forward. Plant the hands down. Step the right foot back and then the left. Coming into a plank. Feeling the core turn on. And then on your exhale, placing your knees down, leading with your chest and chin, coming all the way down to your belly. Inhale, lifting the chest, pulling the shoulder blades down the back, engaging the legs. And then on your exhale, coming back into your down dog. Breathe here. On your next inhale, bring your big toes to touch. Inhale your right leg up. On your exhale, look at a place between your hands and lunge your foot through. Placing your left knee down. Setting yourself up for a low lunge. Inhale your arms up overhead. And when you come up, come into a 90-degree angle on the legs so you're stretching more of the left hip flexor. Inhale here, and then exhale, settle in, bring into cactus arms, opening the chest. Inhale, coming out of the hip, arms overhead. Exhale, settle in, cactus arms. Interlacing the hands behind your back, shining your chest through, pulling your shoulder blades together. Breathing into the chest, breathing into the throat. Inhale, releasing, hands come back overhead. Exhale, hands come down to frame the foot. And then inhale your right arm up, coming into a low lunge twist. You can stay here or lift the back knee. If you lift the back knee, make sure your right hip is pointed backwards, feeling an engagement in your inner thighs. And breathe. On your next inhale, placing your back knee down if it is up, placing your right hand on the inside of your right leg, and then inhale your left arm up. If you find a balance point, then lift the back knee again. On your next inhale, left hand comes back down. Back knee comes down if you had it up. And then bringing your right hand back on the outside of your foot to frame it, heel toeing it back to center. Inhale here. Exhale, knee to nose, straightening the front knee. On your next inhale, knee comes back over ankle, lifting the back left knee, keeping the hands rooted. Right foot steps back into your plank. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, coming all the way down. Inhale, lifting the chest. And on your exhale, you can come into a child's pose or downward dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths. So honor yourself. If you need to take a child's pose for just a moment, feel free to please do so. If you're in a child's pose, slowly start to make your way up into downward dog. Once everyone is in their downward dog, bringing your big toes to touch, inhale your left leg up. On your exhale, look at the place between your hands and lunge your foot through. Placing your right knee down, setting yourself up for low lunge, your knees over ankle, feet are grounded. Inhale, sweeping your arms up overhead. Coming back in that 90-degree angle so you really feel the stretch in the right hip flexor. Exhale, settle in cactus arms, opening the chest. Inhale, coming out of the hip, coming long. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, coming out of the hip. Exhale, settle in, interlacing the hands behind the back, shining the chest through. Feeling the stretch in the left and the right hip flexor. Inhale, release the grip, coming back up. Exhale, coming down to frame the front foot, and then inhale your left arm up. If you lift the back knee on the other side, feel free to do so. Making sure your left hip is pointed backwards, so engaging the inner thighs. On your next inhale, bringing the left hand on the inside of the leg. If your back knee is up, placing it down. And then lifting the right arm up, coming into a lunge twist. And then once you find a focus point, lift the back knee. Staying with your breath. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. On your next inhale, bringing your right hand back down. Placing your back knee down if it is up. Taking your left hand to frame the front foot, heel toeing it back to center. Inhale here, exhale, knee to nose, straightening the front knee. Making sure the left hip is pointed backwards, right is pointed forwards. It's okay if the front leg doesn't straighten all the way. Honor where you are. On your next inhale, knee comes back over ankle, planting the hands down, pick the right knee up, left foot meets right. Take your flow if you want to put your knees down, or staying with me, exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra. And then exhale, child's pose. Taking a breath here, noticing your circulation. Coming back to your intention. Noticing maybe a more sense of calmness in the mind as we work through tension in our body. On your next inhale, slowly start to roll yourself back up into a tabletop position. And then once we're here, we'll just do a few rounds of cat-cow. So inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, roll the shoulders down. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin. Exhale, round the spine. Feeling the core slightly engage when you round. Inhale, drop the belly, coming into a neutral spine, and then tucking the toes, lifting the hips, coming into your down dog. Breathing in your down dog. And once you're in your down dog, bring big toes to touch. Inhale your right leg up. On your exhale, bring your knee to your nose, shifting your weight forward a little bit, feeling the engagement in your core. Inhale, extend the right leg back out behind you. And then exhale, look at the space between your hands and lunge your foot through. Setting yourself up for a high lunge here. So you're on the ball, the left foot, the knee and ankle are aligned, gripping with the toes, engaging the core, and then lifting yourself all the way up, coming into your high lunge. Take an inhale here. Exhale, cactus arms, settle into your lunge. Inhale, come out of the hip, lifting up. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, come up, extending the arms up. And then on your exhale, leaning forward, exalting your arms out behind you, putting most of your weight in your right foot. Inhale, arms come up overhead. And exhale, exalt, hands come behind you, shifting your weight forward in your right foot. Inhale, hands come overhead. Exhale, open, twisting and opening to the right. Coming into a lunge twist. Inhale your arms back to center. And then exhale, opening to your left. When you open to your left, drop the back heel. So you're coming into your warrior two position. Making sure your tailbone is tucked, your front knees bent, your shoulders are pulled together down the back, feeling the strength of your legs. On the inhale, straighten the front leg, hands will come overhead. On your exhale, settle back into your warrior. Inhale, straighten the front leg, hands come overhead. Exhale, settle back into your warrior. One more time, inhale, straighten the front knee, hands come overhead. Exhale, settle back into your warrior. On your next inhale, shift your weight forward, following your right fingertips, coming out of the hip, and then placing the right hand on the inner thigh. Left hand exalts overhead. Staying with your breath here. Your next inhale pulls you back up to center. Exhale, left hand comes back down behind you or bind behind your back, right hand comes up. Making sure you're keeping a bend in the front knee. Feeling the strength of your legs. Your next inhale pulls you back up to center. Bring hands to heart space. Pivoting your right foot to meet your left. So your feet are parallel. Inhale here, and then exhale, fold forward. Coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Finding a place of ease. You can place the hands down in front of you, grab your big toes. Just taking a moment here to breathe. Stretch the back of the legs. If you feel your hands can't touch all the way to the ground, keep a nice bend in the knees. Try not to lock out the knees. Then on your next inhale, come into a halfway lift, straightening the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift, walking your hands back to the front of the mat, pivoting on your feet. So you come back into that high lunge position, but with your hands on the mat. Inhale, step your right foot back, coming into your plank, and then take your flow. We can be in a child's pose or downward dog. We'll be here for 5 breaths. So honoring where you are. If you're in a child's pose, slowly start to make your way up to a downward dog. Once everyone's in a downward dog, bring your big toes to touch. Inhale your left leg up. On your exhale, bring your knee to nose, shifting forward, engaging the core. Inhale, left leg comes back out behind you. And then on your exhale, look at the place between your hands and lunge your foot through. Once you're here, set yourself up for your high lunge position, so making sure your foundation is set. Your knees over ankle. You're on the ball of the back foot. Engage the core, and then inhale your arms up overhead. Taking a breath here. Take an inhale, and then exhale, cactus arms, settle into your warrior lunge. Inhale, come out of the hip, hands come overhead. Exhale, cactus arms, open the chest, slide back, bend. Inhale, come up, hands overhead. Exhale, shift your way forward in your left foot, exalt your arms behind you. Inhale, hands come back overhead, leading up. Exhale, exalt arms behind you. Shift your weight into your left leg. Inhale, hands come back overhead. Exhale, twisting, opening to the left. Inhale your arms back to center. Exhale, twisting, opening your arms to the right. And this time, drop your back right heel, coming into your warrior. Setting yourself up, so bend in the left knee, tucking the tailbone. Shoulders roll down the back. On your next inhale, straighten the front knee, hands come overhead. Exhale, settle in. Inhale, straighten the front knee, arms come overhead. Exhale, settle back. Inhale. Exhale, settle back into your warrior. From here, looking over your left hand, start to lean forward out of the hip, following the fingertips, and then the left hand comes on the inner thigh, right hand comes overhead. Bicep comes to ear. And breathe. Your next inhale brings you back up to center. And the right hand comes behind you on your right thigh, or binding it behind your back, left hand comes up. Making sure you're keeping a bend in the front knee. Looking up at your left hand. Feeling the strength that you're building. Your next inhale brings your hands back up to center, bringing them to heart space. Shifting your left foot to meet your right, coming into that wide-legged forward fold position. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly start to fold yourself down. If you find you can't get your hands all the way down to the ground and you're rounding the spine, try to bend the knees, keeping the integrity of the spine. Breathe here. Coming back to your breath. On your next inhale, come into a halfway lift, lengthening the spine. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Feeling the strength of your legs. Exhale, fold forward. Your next inhale, walk your hands back to the front of the mat, pivoting on the ball to your feet. Coming back in that high lunge position, but your hands are grounded. Stepping your left foot back and taking your flow. And we'll meet in a child's pose. Knees wide, big toes to touch. Coming back to your breath. You made it. Taking a sip of water if you need. Coming back to your intention. On your next inhale, lift your head, walking your hands over to the right. Bringing the head back down. Inhale, lifting the head, walking your hands over to the other side. Inhale, lift the head, walking your hands back to center. And once you're back to center, come back into a tabletop for just a moment. Bringing knees back over your hips. Inhale your right arm up. And then exhale, threading it through your left side, bringing your right ear down. And once you're here, you can turn it into a balancing pose. So taking your left hand, binding it behind your back, shifting your weight onto your right side, straightening your left leg out behind you. And then when you're ready, you can slowly start to float the left leg up when you find balance. On your next inhale, if you have your leg up, slowly start to bring it down, bringing your left hand back underneath your shoulder. Inhale to slowly start to unthread, opening your right hand up, opening the chest, and then exhale, bringing the right hand down. And then inhale your left arm up. Exhale, threading it through your right side, bringing your left ear down. You can stay here. You can bind the right hand behind the back, or you can turn it into your balancing pose. Whatever calls for you today. If you have the back leg up, slowly start to bring it down. And then unbinding your right hand, bringing it back underneath your shoulder to lift you up, untwisting, opening the chest. And then exhale, bringing the left hand down. Once you're here, bring the knees together, bringing the hips down, swifting your feet in front of you. So before we go all the way down, I have one more thing for you guys, little core. So we're gonna have to come into a boat pose. So keeping the spine long, inhale your legs up. And then on your exhale, you'll slowly start to open your boat and then inhale yourself back up. We're gonna do 10, and then that's the last, I promise. So take an inhale here, exhale, open. 1, 2, exhale, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you're almost there, 9, 10. Placing the knees down, slowly start to lower your back down to the mat, one vertebrae at a time. And then once you're there, pulling your knees into your chest, wrapping your arms around them, rocking side to side. Beautiful. On your next inhale, open your arms up like wings, and then exhale, dropping your knees over to the right, coming into a knee down twist. Looking over to your left hand. Breathing into the left side of the body. Feeling all the strength that you created today. Feeling an ease in the mind. Coming back to the breath. Slowing the heart rate down. your next inhale, pull your knees back to the chest. And then on your exhale, dropping them over to the other side. And breathing. Coming back to your breath. We may not notice in our day-to-day life our breath. Half of the time when we're on autopilot, we're not actually breathing. So taking this time to not only open the body, but to connect with the breath, because that is our life source. And especially at a time like this, where stress is involved in day-to-day life, especially now, we may use short little breaths and our body isn't getting the oxygen that we need. So taking deep, big breaths in through the nose, out through the nose is so important to have this time to reset. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transferred through heat. So when we hold stress and tension in our body, the only way to get it out is to work it out. On your next inhale, pull your knees back into your chest, wrapping your arms around like one last time, rocking side to side. And then on your exhale, releasing one leg at a time, coming into your final resting pose. Palms open for receiving, releasing the face. Make sure you're not holding any tension in the jaw. It's slightly open. Pulling the shoulders away from the ears. Feet are flopped open. Downloading all the great benefits. Start to deepen your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. Start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And then rolling the ankles and the wrists. And then when you're ready, pulling your knees into your chest and rolling onto your right side. Coming back to the body. And then on your next inhale, slowly start to come back up to a cross-legged seated position, bowing the head, bringing hands to heart space. Coming back to your intention. Breathing into your intention. And thanking yourself for this time for reset, for taking this time to listen to what your body may be asking of you today. Thanking yourself for taking this time to breathe. And taking your green light and extending it to someone who may need a little extra love, light, or support. I honor all of you and thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Thanks, guys. Let me hit the stop recording 1 second.
Thank you.